everyone, Simply Zoological here. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me today. So as you can see, we are back with an episode of Saguaro Sanctuary, and this episode we are building for the little penguin. And this is my first time building for these guys, and oh my goodness, are they so cute. But really quick, I do want to say thank you. One, thank you for watching this video, but two, if you have any name suggestions for these guys, please leave them down in the comments below. We do end up with 4 boys and 4 girls. We start with a total of with 2 mated pairs and then 1 elderly penguin. And so we do start with a total of 6 penguins to begin with, but we end up gaining 3 babies during the course of this video. So please leave your name suggestions in the comments. Again, 4 boys, 4 girls. But here after a while, I will tell you kind of the story of how we acquired them. But let's go ahead and get into the build first. So here you can see we are building what would resemble a backstage area. Again, it is used by the penguins, but when I first started this build, I did not realize that the penguins could use the burrow. I didn't realize that until I started adding in their enrichment and everything. And when I saw that, I got so excited. So of course, we do place a burrow for them, but they are allowed to, but they do use this building as well. Because once I realized that, I kind of debated on whether to go ahead and delete that building and then delete the building and then just have it as like a fully blocked off exhibit or something. But I decided against it because I think what I'm probably gonna do, because the saltwater crocodile will sit just back behind this exhibit, and so I'm thinking what I may do is I'll connect that building, I'll extend it out and I'll make it a little bit bigger to incorporate the backstage for the saltwater crocodile. But really quick, I do want to say I do realize that when the episode started, we did start with the water and everything already done. And that is because it took me ages to get the water area how I wanted it. Because again, me and terrain work do not go together at all in this game. I don't know what it is, but we do not get along. And I mean, there's some people out there who are amazing with terrain work and everything, and I am not one of them. So please do not watch my videos expecting for some amazing mountain in the background or anything, because it probably won't happen. But anyways, here we are creating the viewing gallery. We do end up adding a shade structure over here, which also actually the shade structure that we built was inspired off of a picture, but the picture that I used to create the shade structure also inspired this entire build, like the exhibit and everything. Along with the idea of the food truck over to the left, which with that being said, or to the right, sorry, with that being said, the food truck will actually be in another episode. Because when I sat down to build this, I did go ahead and I built this exhibit along with the food truck at the same time. So it was all it was a multiple recording split up because I took breaks and stuff, but for the most part I built it all right there together. But when I sat down to create the video and get it all edited and everything, I realized that the video was 30 minutes long, so I deleted the food truck build, and that is gonna be its own video that will come out in the next episode of Saguaro Sanctuary. But anyways, here we are we're doing some terrain work. We're working on getting the terrain, like, their needs met, because I do turn their terrain need on in this zoo because I wanted them to deep dive, and I wasn't when I first got their deep diving to work, I had the terrain off, but they wouldn't deep dive. So I don't know if it was just the fact that I didn't really have their deep diving working, or if the fact that with that now they can't deep dive if the terrain requirements aren't on. I don't know. But anyways, they do deep dive. We do have some cinematics of it and everything, but we do have to turn on their terrain and everything, which isn't all that bad. I don't mind that. I kind of planned on doing that anyways. But and then here is when I realized that, oh crap, the penguin can use the burrow. And so I add that, not right now, but when we start the foliage, I believe, is when I add that here in just a second. But they will have the water jet, and then they will also have this disco ball along with the sprinkler, which there's something really cool that I do with the sprinkler that I am quite happy about, but I'll explain that when we get there. But here you can see I placed the burrow, and I just added some plants around it to kind of set it back into the background, because I tried a couple times to kind of like raise the ground above it, but it didn't really work out how I wanted it. So I just decided to add rocks around it, rocks and plants. That they fix everything. So again, we're gonna sit down at the guest level and place the big items where I think there needs to be a big item, and the smaller items just kind of go around, and I can zoom over and everything from the bird's eye view. But for big items, I like to stay down at the guest level, because you don't want your big items to be imposing on the view of the exhibit at all. So keep that in mind if y'all are ever wondering why maybe your guests aren't happy with the view of the animals or anything. But here you can see I took the grass patch that I created in the first episode of Saguaro Sanctuary, and I am just placing that around for, again, that is such a good tip. If you don't like to constantly place grass on top of grass on top of grass, make a big patch of it. Like literally just make a big patch, and then you can place it wherever you want to. You can rotate it and everything, and it is so much faster. Trust me, it is so much faster. And I really need to start doing that more. The last time I did that, I believe, was in Meridian Zoo, and I think that's one reason I didn't do it, because with Meridian Zoo, I got very burnt out as we got closer to the end of the zoo and everything. So, and I felt like the plants and everything were very repetitive. But anyways, here I am going to take the underwater temple plant, and I do realize that these plants are not from Australia, but with this zoo, I'm planning on using any desert plant and any couple tropical plants, but desert and grassland plants mainly are the only filters that I'll use. At least for the exterior of the builds and stuff. For like the interior of the habitats and everything, I will probably use primarily their habitat required plants. But again, that is very subject to change. And then here, just adding in a little bit more of a terrain and everything. And here, so this, really quickly, I want to say this. I am so happy with this sprinkler. And what I do is I take this decal. I don't even know what it's called. It's just, if you search up decal, it pulls up. But what you do is you take this decal and you add I believe it's the moss, or you can add really whatever decals you want around it, and just recolor them to the ground texture that you have placed around it, and it creates like a puddle. And I saw this a tip from Sparrow. She is an amazing content creator on YouTube, so her link will be down in the description below. If you would love to go check her out, please do. Again, she is amazing at what she does. And she is actually currently working on a zoo very similar to this one, I might add. So if you like this type of style, definitely go check out her builds over there. But here we're gonna start on the shade structure, and this part is kind of hectic, so it may be a little bit hard to follow, and I do apologize for that. But basically, what happens is after I get the basic blueprint of the shade structure done, I copy it on top of itself, and then I don't like it because it looks too busy. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute, because I do like a crisscross type of thing with the legs and everything, and it looks really busy. And so I delete it, and we do get it all figured out, and it does look really good afterwards, but I sadly will not be here for that because we have just a few minutes left. So, with that being said, I want to go ahead and remind you that, again, our penguins need names. We have, again, 4 boys and 4 girls, 1 baby boy and 2 baby girls. So they need names. And also, really quick, so the the way we acquired these penguins, actually, originally it started out the group of the 6 adults, the 5 young ones and the 1 elder one. Well, what happened was they went to go get some fish to eat for dinner because they were hungry. Well, when they did, the tides got really bad, and storms started to pick up and everything, so they kind of got sideswiped and got off track of how they were supposed to get home. So they ended up on our side of the of they ended up over close to us, and so we end up taking them in, and we will hold them, or we will try to help them as best we can until we can figure out where they originated from. But anyways, with that being said, please again leave your name suggestions down in the comments below. But also, if you haven't already, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you would like to. But I do ask that if you subscribe, please make sure to turn on the bell notification icon so that way you don't miss the next time I post a video. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave you with the rest of this video. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I will talk to you later. Bye.